Hey, good afternoon. This is Coach Bill with Weight Loss Made Easy. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Yahoo! Those of you that are having to work a 40-hour week, today is Friday. Hopefully you guys will get a couple days off from work and spend some time with your family. Get out in the get out there and do some hiking with your family and see what God's brought us as far as the scenery out there. So guys, just enjoy yourself and try to relax and try to become stress free. But today, guys, I'm actually doing this video on YouTube. Having some issues with my internet, so obviously I can't do a live Facebook today, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and do a YouTube video on this topic. Now, those of you that follow me know that Emily and I both, we have a program. It's a 60-day online coaching program where we help people to lose that unwanted belly fat or body fat, or if somebody's looking to reverse some kind of a disease or reverse type 2 diabetes, we coach them along as well. We educate them, we show them the science. There is 3 protocols that we do use. We combine all 3. All 3 are backed by science. That's why we combine them, because when you put all 3 together, it escalates what you're trying to do. It could be to lose that weight or that body fat, or it could be to help reverse whatever type of disease you have. But anyway, we use all 3 of these, and we coach our clients for 60 days and lay the foundation down for them. Now, what I like to do with my clients, and the first protocol we like to use is we change their water right off the bat, because water is the essence of life. Obviously, you can't live without water. Problem is, most of you are drinking contaminated water. All the bottled water you're drinking, the World Health Organization has already warned us that 93% of that water's got plastic particles in it. And besides, you can Google this. All your bottled water, all your city filtered water, all your refrigerated city water, it's contaminated with hundreds and hundreds of different toxic chemicals. That's been known for years, but some of you just don't feel like that's that important to look into that. Well, if I'm going to help somebody to lose weight or to lose that belly fat, or if I'm going to help somebody to help reverse type 2 diabetes, then obviously I got to change the type of water, because they can't be consuming toxic chemicals on a daily basis that will actually cause your body to have inflammation. And those of you that know this, inflammation is the root cause of all diseases out there. So that's the first thing we do. So that's the first protocol. Second protocol, we introduce them to a ketogenic diet, which is known as an anti-inflammatory diet. It does exactly what it says. It helps with inflammation. There we go again. You got water, that's going to help with inflammation. Now you're going to be eating food that's going to help with inflammation. I'll say it again. Inflammation is the root cause of all diseases. Okay, so there's 2 of the protocols. Number 3 is we use intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting. That also helps with inflammation, anti-aging. It has many great health benefits, and science has been showing this now for a while. And there's a lot of research going on how intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting, and combining it with these other 2 protocols, is helping with cancer as well. The biggest thing is a lot of doctors are now using these protocols to reverse type 2 diabetes. So those of you that had a doctor that told you you can't reverse type 2 diabetes by changing the type of water or the food you're eating or the time you're eating food, guys, you need to pick up your bags and run like heck, because he's wrong. He's totally giving you false, or he's actually telling you the wrong thing. So don't believe him. Find a doctor that knows nutrition. Find a doctor that really understands the root cause of why your blood sugar is high. That doctor is going to reverse the type 2 diabetes, and also if those of you that has other issues. But when I put a new client on our protocols, we start them off easy, of course, and we start educating them. But as they progress through the program, we'll introduce them to intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting. Now, those of you that follow me know we do prolonged fasting usually once or twice a month. Prolonged fast is going to be 24 hours or longer. And now, and some of you, some of you have probably got on Google and read that, okay, when you do a prolonged fast, or 18 or 20 or 24 or a 48 or a 72, some of you are thinking, well, shoot, I've read that some people are able to eat whatever they want after a fast. And you know what? That's true in a sense, but think about that. Would it make sense to do a 48-hour fast or a 72-hour fast and then go to McDonald's and eat all that processed food? Does that really make sense? Or eat all that processed food that you're normally eating in the past? Does that make sense? That's full of hormones, antibiotics, toxic chemicals. Does that really make sense? Do you think your gut, after not eating for 24, 48, or 72 hours, do you think your gut is going to get a little upset about that? Absolutely. It's this whole thing that we're talking about, these three protocols. This is to prevent diseases, guys. And so this is how you're going to become healthy overall, okay? And so food does matter when you're coming off a fast. So what I like to do is, with my clients, I like to program them or explain to them that when you're going to come off from a fast, a prolonged fast especially, and that we're going to ease into it before you have a solid meal. And that solid meal is always going to be a ketogenic meal, which means high fat, 80%, moderate to low protein, 15%, and 5% carbs, mainly fibrous carbs. During that 60 days, obviously, we've eliminated all the starchy carbs, and we've eliminated fruit, just so we can keep the blood sugar down. But your gut hasn't had calories in 24, 48, and 72 hours. Has had no calories at all. There's no enzymes sitting there, no digestive enzymes or anything. And so do you think maybe after coming off of a 48-hour fast or a 72-hour fast that the gut may not be real happy if you eat a big solid meal right off the bat? No, we got to prime it. I believe that we have to prime it. And what I'm looking at and what I've learned here now in the past few years, that we want to prime the gut to get ready to have that solid food with something that is healthy, with something that has a lot of good nutrition in it. So now there's three ways that I will break someone's fast when they're doing a prolonged fast. Even a 16-hour fast or an 18-hour fast or a 20-hour fast. I think it's very important that we put some good nutrition into our gut first before we eat the solid meal, because we want to get the digestive enzymes in there to get ready for that solid meal. And one thing you don't want to do, don't drink any fluids just before you eat. About an hour before you eat, you can have your water, but while you're eating, don't drink any fluids, because that's going to disrupt the digestive process, and it's not going to digest your food all the way. But anyway, we want to get the digestive enzymes and the digestive juices already into the gut to get ready for that solid food to come in. Does that make sense? To prime it, to get it ready. And so if we're going to break our fast with something, why not break it with something that's healthy, that has a lot of minerals in it, or that has a lot of nutrition, and even protein. And that's why I have three different ways I use, and you can pick from these three ways what you would like to do. But there's one particular protocol that I really think that most everybody should do. We do it. I've been doing it now for a long time because of the benefits and because of the health benefits that this particular protocol has. I really like because of my age. And guys, the three protocols that I like to break my fast with, or have my clients break their fast with, is number one, I'm going to put the very, very best one on top, is I call it fat bone broth. Okay, I didn't call it just bone broth. I called it fat bone broth. Now, those of you that are following me, or those of you that are doing my 60-day online coaching, you know we're on a good high-fat diet, so obviously we're adding more good dietary fat to the meals that we're eating. And so that's exactly what I'm doing to the bone broth. I'm adding a little extra fat to the bone broth to give me some more calories and to add a little more good fat to my daily diet. So I want to go ahead and number one, I want to break it with fat bone broth. Number two, you can do it with a fat coffee, just like the bone broth. Okay, it's black coffee or even tea if you want hot tea. But with my black coffee, I'm going to add what? I'm going to add MCT oil, and I'm going to add real pasture-raised butter. That's just going to add more fat to that coffee. Now, what's pretty cool is people like to put flavor in their coffee, like creamers and stuff. But I tell you, when MCT oil really doesn't have a flavor to it, but it's got some really good dietary fat in it. And also the real butter tastes good, so kind of the real butter kind of adds a little taste to the coffee. But you're adding some real good dietary fat, and the whole object here, guys, and you've heard about me talk about this before, is to keep the production of our ketones high. See, the ketones is the main factor, is the factor that's going to help us to reverse certain diseases like type 2 diabetes, and also it's also going to help you guys lose that belly fat or body fat that you're trying to lose, is because of the ketones. The ketones is what they call brain food. So now research is showing how ketones, when doing a prolonged fast, is actually helping people with mental issues, bipolar, dementia, brain trauma, stuff like that. It's because what happens is in a prolonged fast, and I'm not going to get involved in all the science of it, you guys have heard me talk about this, is that there's a therapeutic state that your body will go into when you're doing a prolonged fast, and that's autophagy. Autophagy means self-eating. Self-eating means that when the body goes into autophagy, especially when the brain is included in this, is the body is actually eating up all the dead and messed up cells, and if there's any floating junky protein in the brain, it's actually taking those too, and it's either flushing them out as waste or regenerating those old junky cells and old protein into what they call new stem cells. So that's why it's so important to understand what autophagy is. But guys, first of all, so the fat coffee is number two, and then number three, of course, is the one I don't use very often, but I will use just to mix it up a little bit, is I like to use lean protein, some kind of a lean protein, like about 4 ounces, about an hour before you break your fast. So if you're doing a 16-hour fast, then, or actually, if you're doing a 16-hour fast, on the 16-hour mark, you can have either a fat bone broth or a fat coffee or a 4 to 6 ounce piece of lean meat. Wait an hour, then have your solid food. If you're doing an 18-hour fast, your last meal was last night at 6, then at 12 o'clock, have your fat bone broth or your fat coffee or a lean piece of meat with no carbs, though. Don't add it, just a piece of meat, a protein. It could be anything. You can even have a protein shake if that's what you like, with no carbs in it. It has to be strictly protein though. Okay, so you can do that at 12, and then an hour later have your solid meal. That way your gut is primed and ready to go. But I suggest, I really do, those of you out there that are really serious about staying young, having great skin, having, this one particular protocol, which I think we should all be doing every day, is the fat bone broth, because of the health benefits that bone broth has. And so what is bone broth? I mean, I'm sure some of you guys have heard it before, but what is bone broth? Well, let's see what Google. I Googled different sites to see what bone broth is, and this is what I came up with. So I'll tell you what the Google site, how they explain what bone broth is. Bone broth is made from animal bones and connective tissue, typically cattle, chicken, or fish, that have been boiled into a broth and slow simmered for between, 18 to 20 hours with herbs, vegetables, and spices. Okay, it actually, the nutrients and all the benefits are coming from the cartilage of the animal. And it also is a great source of protein. Now, guys, so what we're doing here, now think about this. The body is designed to utilize real food. It's designed to hydrate with water that's non-contaminant. And so here we're adding a lot of minerals, we're adding a lot of B vitamins, and we're adding a lot of protein that comes from a natural source. So do you think maybe in a liquid form, how quickly do you think the body is going to utilize this stuff? Pretty quick, okay? So don't you think it would make sense to be, breaking your fast with something as healthy as this? Now, I'm going to give you some of the benefits of bone broth, and I want you guys to determine if maybe you should be doing this, or should you be breaking your fast all the time with the fat bone broth. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so here are the benefits. Okay, we'll start with treats leaky gut syndrome, overcomes food intolerance and allergies, improves joint health, reduces cellulite. Now, how many of you guys are guys and women now, because of course this country is got an epidemic of being overweight, so it reduces cellulite. It boosts the immune system. Those of you that know anything about health, what is the best way to fight diseases like cancer? Well, of course, a strong immune system. So here you have bone broth that you're going to be drinking on a daily basis that's going to help to boost your immune system. It protects joints, maintains healthy skins, good for the gut. Your gut and brain are connected. If you have a sick gut, you got a sick brain. Okay. Your clarity is if you have a foggy brain, it could be because you got gut issues, and a lot of Americans here have gut issues. Okay. Boost detoxification. Now, you guys know that you're never going to get away from the toxic chemicals, environmental toxic chemicals. You're breathing it, you're drinking it, the food you're eating has got toxic chemicals on it. Obviously, you're eating it. Okay, so what's the fastest and best way to detoxify your body? Number one, hydration with water that is designed and structured to detox you with every single class. Number one. Number two, drink bone broth. That's going to help detox the body. Number three, go on a ketogenic diet. That helps detox the body. Number four, go on intermittent fasting or prolonged fasting. That helps detoxify the body. See, guys, you're doing so much here. You're gonna change your life. Your health of your body is going to change. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Bone broth promotes weight loss. Some of you would enjoy that, I'm sure. Bone broth improves hydration. Bone broth improves anti-aging. Bone broth helps to tighten the skin. Bone broth helps to tighten wrinkles. Bone broth helps to those of you that have lost a lot of weight, if you do a prolonged fast or intermittent fasting, and those of you that have done that, and say you're older, like we are, and you've lost all that body fat, what's your skin going to do? It's going to sag. Okay, well, bone broth has got a huge amounts of glycogen in it. Glycogen is going to help with that sagginess. Okay, it's going to bring the elasticity back in the skin. It's going to take time, though, so don't expect to happen in 4, 5, 6 to 8 months to a year even. Could take 3 years. I don't know, but if you're consistent on drinking it, it could be faster. So that's up to you guys. So there's just a few benefits that bone broth gives your body, and it gives you overall health. And so this is to my client. This is the clients that I'm doing right now that are doing my 60-day online coaching. I would rather see you guys switch over to an organic bone broth. Fat, and start doing fat bone broth every day. You just make sure you add a tablespoon of MCT oil in it, and you could, and also a tablespoon of real pasture raised butter just to add some more fat to it. But you're putting a lot of good healthy nutrients in the body. You're adding more protein to your body too. And so I really believe that this has helped us over these last few years. I really believe that because I've lost so much body fat that my saggy stomach skin, I had a lot of old skin hanging, and it's getting less and less and less. It's I mean, it's actually getting pretty obvious now. I still have some there, but I have plenty of time. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and of course the prolonged fasting that we're doing we do a 24-hour every Monday. We do a 48-hour every month. That also is helping with the saggy skin. That's what it's known for. But the biggest thing, all three of my protocols that I use, guys, this is big. This is key for you baby boomers out there. All three of the protocols that we do is anti-aging. It's obvious, and not just me telling you this. Science is even saying this. I mean, they've got science research that's actually showing all three of these protocols that we use for our 60-day online clients is anti-aging. And yeah, I'm 67, so I'm getting up there, so I'm going to keep doing that. So guys, so it just makes a lot of sense. I think you guys, after I told you the benefits of fat bone broth, how maybe that should be your main source of how to break your prolonged fast. Hope you guys saw some value in this tip, and I hope you guys start doing this also. Those of you that are watching this on YouTube, if you could hit that bell, you'll be getting more of my videos that I'll be doing out there. Those of you that are watching this on Facebook, if you type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit that bell, you guys will also get some new videos. Also, guys, any of you that are interested in the 60-day online coaching, message me. I'll send you the information on it, and also I'll send you the information if you're interested in the hydrogen-rich water and the health benefits of changing the type of water and how that will escalate your weight loss, your body fat, or even if you have some kind of disease, or especially guys, especially if you have type 2 diabetes, that metformin, those pills they give you guys, you know, take the time, look up the side effects, look how dangerous they are, you know, and like I said, it's so simple to reverse it. You just have to educate yourself. Okay, guys? So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys the next time around. Have a good one. Bye.